I'm Cyril Guichard from Garage Collective, and this is my project for a handheld STEM console that can be reprogrammed by users. This console needs to be simple enough to be built by non-hobbyists. It can include custom branded faceplates, and the included games can be completely reprogrammed or swapped out for custom homemade games by users. Definitely a lot more appealing than playing on a phone. The console follows the open source specifications of Microsoft MakeCode Arcade, a tool that allows users of all age to program simple arcade games with a minimal knowledge of programming. The block-based language is easy to understand, flexible, and the editor offers all the tools needed: tile map editor, sprite editor, and a simple chiptune music editor. There are a few tutorials on how to build one. As a point of departure, I focused on the Mekteto open source blueprint. First, I prototyped the console using all the Mekteto parts on a breadboard. After a little bit of tinkering, I had a playable console prototype that looked straight out of a cyberpunk movie. Playing with the prototype revealed a few things I wanted to change. One of the most important ones was the directional buttons, or D-pad, that felt clunky to use. I decided to use a thumbstick instead. I also added a power-on LED, because who doesn't like bright, shiny lights? I remade a wiring diagram to make it easier for me to assemble quickly multiple versions of the console. I also listed all the materials used in a bill of materials along with their costs. As it stands, each unit costs roughly $53 to build, not including 3D printing costs. I made many variations of this prototype. This is the last one, right before assembling it in its enclosure. Everything is working as intended. I designed the enclosure in 3D Studio Max, as I wanted the art flexibility that most CAD software doesn't offer. I modeled very roughly all the electrical components going in the console. The models are rough, but the measurements precise. This allowed me to understand how to pack everything in a smaller possible space, and build support pillars that would allow me to secure each electrical components with screws. I've also designed a front plate template that would allow me to later customize the front plate of the console. I gave it a name, the Retromate, and a first design inspired by the design of my lectures for the class where I used MakeCode Arcade as a teaching tool. I 3D printed the whole enclosure, then it was time to secure all the internal components to their support pillars. And this is the result, a handmade, custom handheld console. It can play most games made with MakeCode Arcade. It is not too shabby looking and relatively cheap to build. The processor used, the RP2040, is slightly underperforming, so next I will be exploring more performance solutions. I will also be writing a tutorial on how to build your own, and post it in the description when ready. Thanks for watching.